Aloha everybody, welcome back to another video, and as you can see from the title, we are gonna go over the reasons why, the big reasons why SSA lost in Siege Tournament. Okay, well, I'm just kind of kidding, but not really kidding. On the line today is none other than Aznthunder. Aznthunder, how you doing today, man?
Thanks for welcoming me back, dude. And finally, I can show you like things during Siege Tournament that not other like normal people get to see.
Yeah, this is pretty exclusive. I mean, if you guys can't tell yet, I have Aznthunder's replays here. So we're going to kind of go over different Siege defenses and how you guys can tackle it, right? Different defenses that you might find, what's good, what's bad, and we're going to get some Siege strats. But first, this is not SSA. I mean, SSA versus Mali, right? Which was the finals. Maybe you can kind of give us a brief reason why you guys lost.
So the way map was being played out kind of tried to force them to attack some of the defenses that we know that they're weaker against. And the good thing about fighting Mali is they never use any defense that you've ever seen like online. Like we got lucky season 2 to see something that we saw before. We're like, oh, okay, we're like kind of ready for this. So when we have to test and we copy their defenses for Guild War strat and we try it, the rune quality of our defenses is not the same as theirs because we put all of our best runes in like our defenses, right?
Right.
So it's like, oh, hey, it's like, oh, this offense works. Then we go against Mali and we're like, oh, we lost. I guess they're runed this way. So we figure out a little bit more. A lot of losses happen, and then at some point you're just out of counters, and then you just have to RNG it, and sometimes you lose on not bringing 100% counters. So you just lose.
So why'd you lose? You lost to Mali because
Cocky is the most broken unit I've ever seen in my life. I hate Cocky. Thank God he got nerfed.
Well, he got nerfed after the Siege Tournament, right? So, I mean, but technically it's fair game. Because, you know, I mean, let's be real. Both guilds, I mean, you guys summon enough to have Cocky, right? So, I mean, you guys are both using it.
But if our Cocky's just proc more than theirs, I bet you we would have won.
You just had to have a better Cocky.
For sure. Yeah. Whoever had better Cocky won.
I see. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Raid Shadow Legends. Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this video. And if you guys didn't hear, it's Raid Shadow Legends' birthday. Can you believe it's been 2 years since Raid Shadow Legends has launched, and it's bigger than ever. As you know, this month is Raid's official 2-year anniversary, and it's achieved some amazing things. I've had some truly memorable moments in just the past 2 years. It's come a really long way, and the game and the Raid community are in a better place than they've ever been before. So if you haven't tried Raid yet, there's honestly never been a better time to start playing than right now. So for Raid Shadow Legends anniversary, they had 2 questions for me. The first question is, where's your favorite place to play the game? For me, Raid Shadow Legends, honestly, it's a game that's mobile and you can play it on PC, so my favorite place of all time to play this game is on stream. I love being able to stream this game and play it with my Twitch community. Being able to kind of talk about the game, learn about different strategies, and share different summons that we get is just an amazing experience. The second question was, if you could be any champion in the game, who would you be and why? I'm not sure. I would say if I could be any champion, I would be Kale, because he's so handsome. Okay, well, I mean, I think Kale's pretty handsome. He's a character that's consistent. From the moment you get him at the beginning of the game until up to now, I still use him, and he's usable in so many different areas of the game. I like to say I'm also very versatile, so if I could be any champion, it'd definitely be Kale. This month is Raid's 2-year anniversary, and the schedule is absolutely packed with amazing events. They've got 6 straight weeks of anniversary events and tournaments running from March 1st all the way to the middle of April, all of them with some insane prizes to win. They're even launching their first ever clan versus clan tournament to give players a chance to compete directly against another clan to see who comes on top. And if that's not enough, they're also releasing the first champion in the badass looking Shadow faction, which I can't wait to see. Raid's huge already, and their whole anniversary event makes it an awesome time to join the Raid community. So what are you waiting for? Get into my video description down below, download Raid today, and if you're a new player, you'll get 100,000 silver, 50 gems, 3 ancient shards, and you'll even get a free epic champion, Jolton. All these treasures and more will be waiting for you here. But keep in mind, this is only available for the next 30 days. So download Raid today, and I'll see you guys in the game. Now, let's get back to the video. I mean, the past is the past, right? I mean, hopefully in the future you guys can learn from it, but I mean, let's be real, right? SSA, Mali, both great guilds. So, I mean, it's just the little minute thingies that can make or break the Siege Tournament. But, hey, second place is not bad, dude. It's the first loser, right? So, it's not bad.
Seriously. Hey, GG's to Mali. Great season. You know, they won fair and square. We both used everything, and they won out at the end.
I haven't been doing as much Siege anymore. You know, I've been kind of like taking it more casually, and I think one of the things that would re-spark my my joy and you know, getting in more competitive with Siege in particular is if I was in global server, man. Like, I mean, no bad mouth to Asia server, but I mean, like, it's tough with the time zones, and I'm not as familiar with everybody. You know, it'd be so fun to be able to play in SSA or even in Mali. Doesn't even matter, you know. Well, anyways, let's get into the actual fun part here of the today's video, which is actually going over these various defenses. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this one here real quick? It looks like it's gonna be a Tessa, Chunpong, and Jean, which is pretty common in, I guess, higher, I was gonna say elo, right? Higher level of Siege defenses.
To us, it's like the most meta defense right now is Tessa. The light unit has to be Iris or Molly, and then if you have Iris, then you use Savannah. If you have Molly, then you can use Chonpeng or Savannah, because in a sense, Molly has the like innate anti-crit, so Lucian will not work all the time. So when I saw this, it was like, oh, this defense doesn't work very well, because in a sense, too free to play with Jean. Jean doesn't do anything if you can blow her up, right? So if you see this defense, they're like, okay, if they were to attack it, then they would bring minus wind artifacts. And sometimes you just trust in your rune set and you just beat them. So I saw this, it's like, I have 100 crit rate. As long as my Lucian has more attack, better artifacts than them, then I should be able to beat this defense.
Right, there's no Jean that's gonna survive. There's no Jean that's gonna survive. There's no Chunpong that's gonna survive, right? And this Lucian doesn't have any speed. It's just attack, crit damage. That's all you really need. So, I mean, even with like minus win artifacts, if they have that maybe on Jean, it's still pretty much gonna die and you're just gonna 3v1. So,
and the thing about this is, like, most likely you know they're gonna be violent. There's no point in like a Swift Chonpong. If you have Swift Chonpong and then he has 3s, cool, I'll lose there. If it S2 out of nowhere, then cool, I get like defense break, glancing. Maybe the RNG there happens a little bit. But in general, for this defense to win more would be to be on high violent sets.
Oftentimes, I mean, the best offense to use is just Lucian, right? I mean, by now, you guys should be having a Lucian. For people that don't, I'm sorry, but by now, especially if you're more competitive, you definitely should be having a Lucian and, you know, building multiple Lucians. People who use a ton of Lucians inside Siege. Works very, very well here, it seems. All right, this is actually our second defense here, which is Jean, Chunpeng, and Rakan. I guess this one's a little bit more to deter Lucians. Take me through the thought process of this type of defense and how you tackle it.
So I see Rakan as like, if I was to Lucian this, Rakan could technically 1v3 me. And even if it's Kamun, yeah, I've had Kamuns lose to Rakans too if they violent proc a little bit too much. And even if they have minus win, at least I bring something that's triple fire. I see that the threat is Rakan. As long as I can kill the Rakan, it'll be fine. In this video, I made a mistake because I should use Kali lead because she gives 23 crit rate. As you can see, I missed a crit rate there. And I'm like, oh man, like I might lose here, right? Chonpeng goes kind of crazy. There might be a chance I lose. But, you know, you get lucky sometimes. Rakan goes on Garo, luckily, not Kali. If he went on Kali, good chance I was gonna lose there.
Right. I mean, well, I mean, you are using the Gato lead. I mean, unless you're not confident on your Draco speed, right? I mean, I guess there's a chance that Chunpeng's really fast, but even then, I guess crit rate lead would have been better. I mean, you just probably got super unlucky, right? What's your crit rate at? You gotta be at least like 80 crit rate, no? That's just like,
oh man,
unlucky.
I wish. I kind of ruined this too quickly, and she had 66 crit rate. It was pretty nice. I was like, oh shoot, why'd she miss a crit? I thought I had like 80 crit rate. It was 66.
Okay, well, I mean, pretty safe. I mean, again, this goes onto the strategy that we've discussed. If you guys have not seen our previous videos, Aznthunder and me have done some video guides on, you know, what you guys should do and what you should look for just regular Guild Wars defense and what kind of offenses you should use. This goes in line with, you know, using your elements. A lot of people forget, right? Baiting elements or using triple elements so that there's less chances things go wrong is good. Is very simple. You know, these very simple mechanics can go a very, very long way.
You see, like, Garo could technically solo this, right? If he had really good runes. But of course, I'm playing against a top 4 guild, so it's pretty hard to beat them. But if I can snipe one of their units, Garo has a better chance to solo. I really don't care if Draco dies here or Kali dies here. As long as I can make my Garo survive, I'll win from there, which is what happened here. I kind of took out the threat.
You sure about that? If your Kali dies and then your Draco dies and then Jean moves 5 times in a row, I think your Garo dies.
Very small chance. I'll take that.
5 Vile Procs. You know what can happen, dude. 5 Vile Procs. Doesn't care how much attack gauge Garo has, right? It's toxic.
I know. It's happened. So you know what I do? I go fight like one of SSA's defenses. I make those proc 5 times. I'm like, my RNG is way better if I fight these guys. That's what happens.
Alright, here's a third team here. Now, this is not going to be as common. I don't think people see this as common, right? I mean, I think we see Sylvias on defenses, but take me through the thought process of why you wanted to showcase this one to us here.
I think most times when people see like Sylvia as lead and she has 33 lead, it's like, oh man, this is really scary, like very pay to win defense. So feels like you have to use a very pay to win like offense to beat it, right? Like I need Amelia, maybe my LD Nat 5 or something to be able to tank it, so I'll be able to win. This typically could be Lucian. Why? Because when I see a defense like this, is anything gonna be on Swift? Probably not, because the Sylvia lead is supposed to deter you from using like a Swift unit because you might get outsped. Sometimes you have to trust your speed, right? So I see 33 lead, I bring in 30 lead, I have Kona. I know that all I have to do is kill the Sylvia and Chanpeng. If I kill that, Susano should be able to solo the Perna because I have Susano on Vampire. We've had like Pernas go crazy on water units. Yeah, that's happened before, but I'm willing to take that risk.
I think even at 24% lead, you can still outspeed because, I mean, all Chunpengs are going to be on Vile, right? I mean, if this is equivocal ranks, like, even for players out there, if you guys are watching this and you're in Conqueror level, right? You're battling other Conquerors. The speed of your Swift set to another Conqueror of the same level, you should still be able to outspeed them. The 33 speed lead doesn't, you know, shouldn't deter you that much. I mean, if they outspeed you and they're on Vile, then okay, let's just chalk it up to, okay, that guy's just really OP, right? Like, if Aznthunder here loses, right, to Chunpeng for some reason, in terms of speed, then hey, so be it, right?
See, that's the problem. We're up here in top 4. It feels like everyone has like fast violent runes that's as if they're on Swift. So if I was to bring a 24 lead, that 9% difference in the speed can be made up with the violent. So I might actually lose if I was to say bring Galleon or something.
But that's even this, are you not scared of even just a little bit, right? 3% less. Plus, I mean, let's be real. Konamiya's like dirt slow, man. Slowest bird in the world, right? So I mean, it still feels a little scary, right?
But sometimes you just have to trust your speed, you know? Yeah, these units have better base speeds. They have 3% speed lead on me, but they're also on violent. So I'm willing to take like the base speed risk and just trust my Swift set. And yeah, I just moved my fastest Swift. I didn't care what the substats were, and you just do that. The Lucian, I just swap my fat Lucian set because up here when you're in top 4, every win matters. So just spend all your mana.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. If you guys don't know, a lot of top players and a lot of top guilds, what they do is they just keep swapping the runes. They just pay to move the runes over, and they just keep using their same sets. Like you said, his fastest Swift set on Konamiya and whatever other units, because you only can use the unit one time, right? How much mana do you consume when you do a siege, like an actual competitive siege? I'm curious.
A competitive siege will take 8 to 10 million mana. Against like a really good guild.
Damn, okay. I mean,
and that's only because I swap a lot though, because to me I feel like whenever I face a defense, I feel like every defense is as if they have like SSA quality runes, so I have to go in with the mindset like that, and that's why I don't lose as much due to that. So that's why I just have to move the fastest Swift. Maybe I could have used my secondary like fastest Swift set and outspeed this guy, save some mana, but am I willing to take that risk? Probably not.
For you guys though, what's mana? I mean, you just farm it all day, right? I mean, the excesses, you just use it for shop refreshes and stuff anyway, so you know, you're in a competitive guild. What's the mana used for? It's used for this.
Exactly. The only time mana became an issue was when season 1 came out and the artifacts came out.
Yeah,
I had 100 million mana.
Everybody had to burn it for that
real quick,
right? Everybody had to burn it for the artifacts. That was a big thing. But I mean, it's a level playing field, right? So everybody's got to do that. Let's go ahead and watch it. I should have actually been playing it this whole time. What am I doing? I don't know why I wasn't playing it at all, right? But I mean, you move first, you're just gonna kill the first unit. There's just no. Oh, that's actually a not bad in terms of tankiness for the Sylvia there.
Yeah, that Sylvia had minus win. So this guy was actually like thinking like, hey, I'm gonna Lucian this. Like people would bring Lucians into me because maybe he felt like his Vile set wasn't fast enough.
Right.
That's what happens.
I mean, it's still scary. I mean, that minus win keeping Sylvia alive, I mean, could have actually done a lot, right? Because pulling in the Perna like can still be scary, even though you have Susano.
I agree, because
probably still on your side.
Hits the Susano a little bit, I might get screwed over right there.
It's fun how we can stop this. Look at that, 14k, and this one's only wow, 2,000 less. It's still, I mean, so you're looking at a 40k still Sylvia. Okay, that's not too crazy, right? Because I mean, in guild siege and guild wars, you basically have the most stats you ever have in the game, right? Because you have those extra flags as well, which you don't have in like RT or anywhere else in the game. So
well, due to the artifact changes, you don't know. What if like there was an ignore, like a Lucian, but it was water, like say Julie ignore damage, maybe I could have done 14,000 to that Sylvia, but because how artifacts changed, you don't really know what the numbers are. He just tried to make it as tanky as possible, triple like minus win on dark artifact, which was really good, and that's where it got kind of scary.
Because this Perna can still, I mean, let's be real, Perna crits and everything, so they'll still lose.
Exactly.
All right, team comp number 4. This is a team comp you guys are probably gonna run into a lot of different variations of this. This is its own category, right? The Clara category here. We've actually, in the previous videos, we've actually used this team comp he's using on the left, and it worked pretty well. This is the auto team comp, right? You can basically just auto this. Is this the one, Aznthunder?
Pretty much, yeah, you can auto it, but of course I'm not gonna risk autoing it.
Right. Siege Tourney, I got you.
Yeah. So here, I know Clara's too fast. I'm not trying to outspeed. I'm trying for turn 2. There's a lot of ways I can lose, right? So Savannah can defense break fire due to her skill. So there's ways to mitigate that. You can have Kamoon being 100 res because he has to be triple HP because that shield matters a lot. Rakuni maybe has a lot more defense than anything. Savannahs nowadays are either, if the Savannah's built speed, crit damage, attack, you know the attack's not too much. So if you have a lot of defense, it's never going to defense break you. Lately, in high G3 levels, people have been building speed, attack, Savannahs. And it works out pretty well to counter like that.
That's always been pretty common though. Attack has actually been pretty common even in RTA for a long time for Savannah because that gives them the opportunity to use that slot for attack rune that they don't really use elsewhere, right? So
yeah, that's kind of what I saw too. And here's the thing, with all 3 of these units, the only unit they're gonna attack is Malite. And if you have 100 res, no problem, you know. The only time the fire units will attack your Kamoon or Rakuni is if Savannah is somehow able to defense break the Kamoon or the Rakuni.
Right. I mean, at this point, I mean, you're just not gonna die. There's just no way that Malite's gonna die. You have so much sustain, and at the end of the day, you can just literally play around the Kamoon shield, right? Just keep poking the one that doesn't have the shield, and just, you know, slowly evening all their health, and you just end up winning because there's no actual heals for them at all.
And people think like res is like a fake thing, but 100 res works a lot. Yeah, you see Malite being like defense broken here and there, but if I was going against a Arian, Tessa, Molly, Savannah, this is also a very common like offense to use. And the difference is Cesarian can do a lot of damage to the Kamoon or Rakuni. So to mitigate that, your artifacts have to be minus fire. There's no way Savannah is going to be killing your Kamoon or Rakuni. The only threat would be Cesarian, so you would have to bring minus fire on both of them.
I mean, slow but safe. This is the kind of teams you want, man. Slow but safe, right? I mean, it's a really high chance of winning. There's just so little chance that you lose. And when you combine the, like you said, resistance and whatnot, even though people think it's a lie, over the course of a long battle, which is what this is what we're gonna see here, it's gonna resist a majority of it.
Yeah, and there's no point in rushing your attacks. There's so much time in Siege, right? There's 12 hours of this. So it's better for you to get a win than it is for you to rush your attack and lose out of nowhere.
Right, but I mean, there are some situations in Siege that you run into where you need to snipe towers a little bit quicker, but yeah, for the most part, the success rate is probably the most important. All right, and the last video we got here, again, it's Tsarian, Chunpeng, Jean. What did you want to showcase here? What was your thought process on showcasing this one here?
Sometimes people have like Nat 5 units. I would like to
sometimes
show them that they can actually use their Nat 5
hashtag
units.
Sometimes people have Nat 5 units. Sad.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Usable.
Here we go. Everybody, there's gonna be a ton of people now, Egypt, that are gonna be like, yeah, everybody but me. Yeah, but okay, all right, for the people with
it's
Nat
like,
5.
oh, I didn't have Fang this year. I didn't have Perna this year. Hey, at least I get to play with them, right?
Okay,
so
tell me more.
The thing is about this, Chonpeng is the crazy one. So how do I counter Chonpeng if I was to have Amelia? Amelia is technically the only unit I need in this pay-to-win comp. Is Amelia just has to be 100 res. As long as she's 100 res and I kill that Chonpeng, I'm gonna have a great time. There's no way I can lose from here.
You could honestly, you could probably have Fire Panda X in here too, and it wouldn't be that bad. It's just Wind Panda just does more, right? Just because it's way tankier as well. But you're right that Amelia is the big key unit there for this very premium comp, right? Jean does nothing, Tessa does nothing, and that's it. It's just an easy dub. There's like no way to lose this.
As long as you have immunity on your Fang or able to cleanse him, then Cesarian can't really do much. And from here, it's like, oh, Perna's probably gonna solo. Plus, I just pulled these 2 units this year, so I kind of want to show them off a little bit.
So basically, we're showcasing this because you just pulled these units. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Did you know my Nat 5 this year, my first Nat 5 of 2020 was actually a Duke Fengyan? So, kind of happy about that. I like him for Siege. I mean, it's a unit you don't even need, what is it, Devilmons for, right? So, it's so easy to use. He's so good. So good.
Yep, exactly. That's all I wanted to showcase.
If players don't have these specific premium units though, what's the option then? You just have to go with a different comp, or do you think there's actually something that you could use besides Amelia? It's tough to replace, huh?
Fire Twins is really good into this. You have Will on your Fire Twins. You could try you do Fire Twins and then you bring like some sort of wind tank that the Tsarian just like hits constantly. And you know, if Chonpeng goes crazy, he like strips you, you're out of luck. I'm sorry, you know.
Yeah, that's a little bit more YOLO. I mean, we're trying to go with more safe comps, right?
But I mean, I think you could technically bring like Fan Fire Twins into this. It would
Hmm.
work like decently well.
But anyways, we just want to showcase a couple of cool defenses here today and some of these attacks that Aznthunder has done. I think this was a really cool idea. This was actually from Aznthunder when we were discussing like some videos, and he's like, you know what? For the next one, let me just record some of the footage and share it. And I was like, that's cool. Like that's super cool, right? Not just talking about it, but actually being able to see from his perspective his actual matches. So yeah, yo, Aznthunder, thank you for taking the time to kind of you know, give us some insight. Right, I appreciate the extra, you know, guild siege, guild wars type of strategy. Right, a lot of times nowadays people are just more focused on that PVE, on that, you know, RTA, that, you know, siege and guild wars. We don't have a lot of expert opinions out there, so this is nice.
Yeah, Siege is like my favorite part of the game because you use different units. Yeah, I have some dupes here and there because there's certain units that you should have dupes for because it helps a lot. And no matter what the meta changes, these are like always core units that you can use into any defense. And if you want to do this more, maybe I can record some like normal just siege matches with other guilds. You
Yeah,
could do that.
maybe some siege matches or even guild wars defenses and stuff that you find some cool, innovative, or weird ways we can do things. I mean, we can hop back on your account. Last time we were on, I mean, I had a blast using Bella, the Dark Cannon Girl. That was a bunch of fun. So maybe we could do something like that in the future as well. But anyways, if you guys are watching this video, make sure you guys like, hit that subscribe button, leave some comments down below. Give us some thoughts, some ideas, right? We have Aznthunder here that's willing to, you know, share a lot of his knowledge on Siege and Guild Wars. Give us your thoughts. We can formulate and do some cool, fun, entertaining videos, as well as, you know, more educational videos. Whatever you guys wanna do. But until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next live stream video. Peace out.